This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. The Bahamas Department of Correctional Services Commissioner Charles Murphy has also tested positive for COVID-19, according to the Minister of National Security, Marvin Dames. Mr. Murphy was due to give a report yesterday on the B-Docks, but Minister Dames did so instead.
Approximately 6,050 persons, or 86% of my ministries, consist of law enforcement officers. Out of this number, it should be noted that there has been to date one person who would have died as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that represents 0.01% of our total law enforcement complement.
Minister Dames says he had also been tested yesterday and the results were negative. He says they will now leave it up to health officials to do their work and determine who Commissioner Murphy was in contact with. A total of 354 COVID-19 positive cases have been recorded within the law enforcement personnel. Minister Dames gave the exact numbers of how his ministry is being affected by this virus.
The Bahamas Department of Corrections also continues to do a tremendous job in mitigating the spread of the novel coronavirus in the confines of the institutions. With an inmate population of 1,489, to date, the Bahamas Department of Corrections has recorded 2 positive cases, which reflects a 0.1% of the total inmate population.
Minister Dames contends that given these statistics, the law enforcement agencies should be commended for their COVID strategies in mitigating the spread of the virus. He also touched on the Bahamas Department of Corrections.
To the Bahamas for the absence of the Commissioner of Corrections, who unfortunately was contact traced last week on a matter not related to the prison. And he immediately went to get tested and got his results back today. I spoke to him. He is positive, unfortunately, but asymptomatic. He is in good spirits. We spoke at length. And so we continue to pray for he and his family at this time.
According to Mr. Dames, the initial case was recorded in August and the inmate contracted the virus while receiving medical care for an unrelated illness outside of the prison. The second reported case was a male inmate, which occurred on the 23rd of September. A serious boating accident that has claimed the lives of a civilian and caused injuries to 2 off-duty Royal Bahamas Defense Force Marines is now under investigation. The incident occurred on Monday evening off Moxie-town, Andros. In a release from the RBDF, the off-duty Marines were aboard a private 16-foot speedboat when it apparently hit a reef off Moxie-town. The vessel was badly damaged and the men were rescued by local fishermen who transported them to the clinic in Mangrove Key for medical treatment. The other male, a resident of Andros, was found unresponsive near the damaged vessel. Police indicate that shortly after 12 a.m., officers on the island of Andros were informed of a boating accident which occurred sometime around 8 p.m. The men were ejected from the vessel and sustained serious injuries. The 2 Marines were airlifted to New Providence for medical attention. Investigation into this matter continues. And the murders of 3 children a little over a week apart is not sitting well with the Bahamas Christian Council. In fact, the council is deeply outraged and concerned about the loss of lives of those 3 children, 7-year-old Reyes Williams, 8-year-old Ednique Wallace, and 4-year-old Jeremy Green, due to senseless violence. Christian Council President Bishop Delton Fernandez.
We believe that it is most parents' hope and dreams that their child can grow up to be adults and have them plot their cause in life. And so as a council, a society, good people must rise up and do something, or else evil will triumph in our nation. And so we stand ready as parents to stand in the gap and protect the vulnerable in our country.
And the council's not stopping there. In fact, Bishop Fernandez says they've joined forces with the Neighborhood Watch Council to take to the streets.
And we'll be in place in Soldier Road on this Friday to join with them in a time of healing for that community. We are joining forces with Dr. Pacente to help and train more crisis intervention counseling for pastors who are willing and want to learn on the front line. And also, we are making our churches available for free counseling for those that are going through crisis in any community where a church is found.
Now, there's no doubt we're living in extremely frustrating times. Plans have been thrown off course, jobs, and even family members have been lost. That said, Bishop Fernandez says this.
But in the midst of everything that is seemingly going wrong, the thing that is going right is that God is still in charge. The focus of life sometimes, in all of our lives, the Bible says it rains on the just and the unjust. We must have the confidence in knowing that these days will pass and God will bring us through. And when we come through, we'll be better than when we first entered this time of testing.
If you're feeling stressed, frustrated, or overwhelmed, Bishop Fernandez invites the public to reach out to a trusted church leader, a family member, or seek professional counseling to express your feelings. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.